I saw. I heard every word, every closed conversation, every disguised laugh, every audio sent behind your back in the family group, in the work group, in the church circle, in the corner of the kitchen at Sunday lunch. Nothing, absolutely nothing, passed my eyes without my registering it. And today I, your God, decided to speak to you directly, without beating around the bush, because what they have been doing with your name while you slept, while you worked, while you stretched yourself for others, will no longer remain as it is. I have already made a decision, and in the next few minutes, I will reveal to you exactly what will happen in the life of those who betrayed you with their words. Do not leave here. What you are about to hear may change the course of your home, your job, and your family this week. Do you know why this video appeared to you just today? Why on this very day when you woke up feeling tired, with that strange weight in your chest, with that bad feeling that something is wrong, but you can't put your finger on what? I will explain. For weeks, perhaps months, you have been noticing strange things happening around you. People who used to seek you out vanished into thin air. Invitations you always received stopped coming. That friendship that seemed solid began to cool for no reason. Side glances in church, in the company lounge, at the weekend barbecue. You felt it, but stayed silent. You tried to convince yourself that it was just your imagination, that you were exaggerating, that you needed to stop being dramatic. But I tell you now, and I want you to note this deep in your memory, it was not your imagination. You felt because I allowed you to feel. My spirit warns you before human words confirm. And what is happening is exactly what you suspect. They talked. They talk. They continue to talk. They called you difficult. They called you proud. They called you a freeloader. They made up stories that you wouldn't even recognize as about your life. They twisted a gesture of yours out of affection into interest. They twisted a moment of exhaustion into arrogance. They twisted your silence into lack of faith. And the worst part, many times those who did this sit at your table, kiss your face, call you brother, sister, my dear child. Do you feel that tightness in your chest now? That discomfort? That mix of anger and sadness blended with relief? That is the truth coming to light. I want you to understand one thing before anything else. You are not going crazy. You are not exaggerating. You are not dramatic. What you have felt in recent times is real, and I am a witness to that. And if you are here, at this very minute, hearing these words, it is because the time has come for me to act. Not for revenge, I don't need revenge, but for justice. For the justice you waited for in silence, while others feasted on your reputation as if it were a dish passed from hand to hand at the Sunday table. That tightness you feel now, that tear that may be falling from the corner of your eye without you noticing, is not weakness. It is my spirit touching you in the exact place where the wound still bleeds. And I need to tell you with all the honesty that fits within heaven, it was not by chance that this video reached you. You know that. You feel that. There is something within you that understood, even before your reason, that these words were prepared for your name. You are one of my chosen ones, and my chosen ones always carry a weight that ordinary people cannot comprehend. That is why they pursue you with their words. That is why they make things up about you. Because within you exists a calling that unsettles those who have not yet been set apart for what I have. And precisely because of that calling, I cannot let you leave here without protection. That's why I prepared the powerful digital book for you, How to Know If God Will Save You on Judgment Day. The link is right here in the description and pinned at the top of the comments. Underlined by the Holy Spirit so that your eyes do not overlook it. Thousands of my sons and daughters all over Brazil, in houses just like yours, tired mothers in Miami, betrayed fathers by partners in San Diego, silent women at home in Austin, humiliated men at work in Los Angeles, have opened this book and tell me in message after message that they have managed, for the first time in years, to sleep without a tight chest. This content could be taken down at any moment, and if I placed it before your eyes today, it is because today is the day. Do not put it off. Comment Amen below this video right now as a seal that you heard the call. Now pay attention to what I am going to reveal to you, because few people will have the courage to teach you this. There is a spiritual law that no one has ever told you in life, and I am going to deliver it to you now, firsthand. When someone speaks ill of you behind your back spiritually, that person is making a transfer. Every negative word cast against one of my children is like a check being passed from the account of the speaker to the account of the spoken of. When someone speaks ill of someone who is not under my covering, perhaps that word will cause damage. But when someone speaks ill of one of my own, one of those who carry my mark, I intercept. I catch that word in the air before it touches you, and I return the whole package to the sender. Did you hear what I just told you? I return the whole package. That's why, many times, you look around and see people who have been talking bad about you going through strange situations. Illnesses that appear out of nowhere. Marriages collapsing without warning. Children that rebel. Jobs slipping through their fingers like wet soap. You are shocked and still feel pity. You are such my child that you still feel sorry for those who stabbed you in the back. But know this, it was not you who caused it. It was me. I, the Lord, defending the cause of my chosen one, while she slept peacefully. And now you need to understand something that may bother you, but is necessary for your growth. Many of the people who spoke ill of you did not do so out of direct malice. They spoke out of unconscious envy. They saw in you a light that even they could not name. They saw how you stood up after the loss in 2020 and 2021, after that dismissal, after that divorce, after that betrayal. They saw how you took care of your sick mother without complaining to your relatives. They saw you raising children alone, managing bills, holding the weight of a whole family on your back and still showing up at Mass, still greeting the neighbor, still bringing food to those in need. This disturbs them. This explodes within those who do not have your faith. And the way these people find to relieve their internal pressure is by trying to belittle you with words. They need to believe that you are not all of that. Otherwise, they would have to look at themselves. And looking at themselves is the most painful thing for those who have not yet surrendered to me. That is why, my son, my daughter, I want you to stop trying to understand with your reason why so many people have spoken ill of you throughout your life. There is no human logic. There is spiritual logic. And the spiritual logic is simple. When the light turns on, the cockroach runs. You are light. You light up entire rooms just by entering. You change the atmosphere at home just by coming home from work. You are the balancing point of your family, even if no one tells you that outright. And precisely because you are light, you attract shadows. But shadows never overcome the light. Shadows only exist because of the light. Heal yourself from this idea that you need to be loved by everyone. You were never meant to be a consensus. You were made to be faithful. And faithfulness disturbs the unfaithful. And if at this very moment your heart is confirming each of these words, it is because the call is real and the call is, now you feel. You know, no more pretending that you aren't feeling anything. The digital book, How to Know If God Will Save You on Judgment Day, is waiting for you at the link just below in the description and at the top of the comments, as easy as possible for your finger. This is not ordinary reading, it is protection. It is armor for you and your family in these times when the enemy works swiftly and time constricts in a way that few have noticed. Do not postpone. The today you put off may not return to you tomorrow. Now let's move to the most important part of this video. Let's go to the decision I have already made regarding those who spoke ill of you, who spread lies about you, who distorted your words, who invented stories to bring you down in places where you weren't even present to defend yourself. The first thing I have decided is this: no tongue raised against you and that continues to rise against you will prosper. Write down this phrase. Stick it on your fridge. Repeat it when anguish strikes at 3 in the morning. No weapon forged against you will succeed, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment, I will condemn myself. This is not a pretty phrase to frame. This is a decree, and when I decree, the universe organizes itself to fulfill it. The second decision is more delicate and may frighten you a bit. Some of the people who spoke ill of you will no longer be in your life in the coming months. Not because you will fight, not because you will demand an explanation, but because I will remove them. I will create a natural distance between you and those who no longer deserve to sit at your table. Some will move to another city. Some will find jobs far away. Some will disappear out of wounded pride. Some, unfortunately for them, will be publicly exposed by the very poison they spat. And at this moment I ask just one thing of you. Do not celebrate. Do not post indirects on social media. Do not send messages demanding satisfaction. Just be silent and watch me work. The righteous do not need to defend themselves. The righteous only need to be silent and observe the Lord fighting for them. The third decision is the most beautiful of all. I will compensate you. Everything that they tried to take with their mouths, I will return with my hand. Every door that closed because of gossip, I will open a bigger one. Every job you lost due to a lie told in a closed meeting, I will replace with a better one, with a better salary, with a better environment, with better people. Every friendship that drifted away listening to slander, I will replace with true brothers and sisters who will welcome you with tight hugs, with food on the table, sharing bread with no ulterior motives. Every time you cried in the bathroom after hearing what they said about you, I transformed that tear into spiritual deposit, and now the time for withdrawal has come. I know that at this moment perhaps you are thinking, but Lord, why did it take so long? And I respond to you honestly. I took time because you were not yet ready to receive. If I had acted in the first year, in the second year, in the third year of this pain, you would still carry too much bitterness to handle the blessing. You would have used the victory to show those who brought you down. You would have inadvertently turned out just like them. I did not shape you for that. I shaped you to be greater. Greater than pride, greater than revenge, greater than the desire to prove to someone that you succeeded. And today, after everything you've been through, after so many sleepless nights, after so many silent pleas made inside the car, inside your room, inside the bathroom with the shower on so no one would hear, now you are ready. There is a spiritual pattern I want to teach you before we continue. Every time someone speaks ill of one of my children, 3 things happen in sequence in the invisible realm. First, the time of calm for that person who spoke begins to shorten. I am not talking about the length of life. I am saying the time of undue prosperity. Second, the time of my son begins to expand. Doors that were only going to open in 3 years start to open in 3 months. Third, and this is the most important, the truth will come to light without my son needing to say a word. People you don't even know will start to defend you. People you helped and even forgot about will return to give back. People who heard the slander but had restless hearts will begin to seek you out spontaneously to apologize. You will see this happen still this year. You can mark this word in your memory and hold me to it later. I know that while you hear this, something inside your chest is breaking and rebuilding at the same time. This is how my spirit works when it wants to take one of my chosen ones to the next level. And it is precisely at this level that many people get stuck. They get stuck because they have no map. They get stuck because they have no confirmation if they will withstand the approaching judgment, if they truly belong to me, if the mark they feel in their chest is real. That's why I prepared the powerful digital book for you. How to know if God will save you on Judgment Day. It is not just any book. It's the map that I instructed to be written specifically for this moment your heart is living right now in this phase, this crossing. You will discover the real signs of who is under my coverage. You will understand what I see when I look at your life, and you will finish the reading with the certainty that that tightness in your chest has a name, has a cause, and has an end. The link is in the description and pinned at the top of the comments, in the easiest way possible for your finger. Tap it, read, and let me show you the rest of the plan. This video might be taken down at any moment. If it reached you today, it is because today is the right time. Comment Amen, I receive, I hear, I take note. Now I need to talk to you about something that few pastors touch on, but that is fundamental for you to understand what you are living. There are 3 types of people who speak ill of you, and knowing how to distinguish between the 3 is what will give you peace for the rest of your life. The first type is the openly envious. This one does not hide. He looks at you crookedly, he ignores you, he makes a grimace, he responds with irony. This is the easiest to identify and, paradoxically, the one who causes the least harm. Why? Because you already know who he is. Your guard is up. Your prayer is already armed. This type of person, spiritually, is like a dog that barks a lot, but does not bite. He makes noise, annoys you, but cannot get close to your house. The second type is the false friend. This one is more dangerous. He hugs you, invites you to Sunday lunch, sends audio saying, "I miss you," reminds you of your birthday, and at the same time, in the group you are not a part of, is the first to like the gossip that was said about you. The second is treacherous because he lives on both frequencies. He eats your bread and stabs you in the back. I will expose him myself, not you, not with accusations, not with a WhatsApp discussion. I will expose this type through his own contradictions. You just need to stand firm and wait patiently like a child. The third type is the most subtle and the most painful of all. It is the close family member. It is the brother, the sister-in-law, the uncle, the father-in-law, and sometimes, unfortunately, even the child. It is that person who shares your blood, or shares your roof, or at least shared at some moment in life. When blood speaks ill of blood, there is a pain that no friend can cause. You know this because you have already felt it. You may have felt it this week at some lunch, in some family group where you were mentioned in a strange way, in a tone that no one else noticed, but that you felt digging in your stomach. This pain, my son, my daughter, is one of the oldest pains of humanity. Cain spoke ill of Abel before killing Abel. Joseph was targeted by his own brothers before ending up at the bottom of a well. David was slanderous by his own son within his own palace. The story repeats itself because the human heart without me repeats itself. But I want to give you a word of deep comfort now. If you have been betrayed by the mouth of someone in your own family, you are not alone in this story. My greatest children have gone through exactly that, and all of them, without exception, were elevated afterwards. Not in spite of this, because of it. Family betrayal was the springboard. Joseph became governor of Egypt. David became an anointed king. Jesus, my own son, was rejected by those from his own city, and yet fulfilled the most important destiny in all of history. If you are going through this now, it is a sign that I have set you apart for something great. Endure the journey. The crossing has an end, and who will arrive on the other side is a better you, more serene, steadier, more capable of carrying what lies ahead. Now I will give you some practical instructions, because I know you didn't come here just to hear pretty words. You came because you are in pain. You came because you are tired. You came because you no longer know what to do on Sunday morning when the phone rings, at the family lunch where the silence speaks louder than words, at the company coffee break where the smiles don't reach the eyes. So listen closely. First instruction: stop trying to fix the image that others have of you. This is the most pointless job under the sun. You were not placed in this world to manage others' perceptions of you. You were placed here to fulfill a specific purpose. Every minute you spend trying to explain yourself to someone who has chosen not to understand you is a minute stolen from your calling. Stop, today, now, before finishing this video. Second instruction: start observing the fruits of the lives of those who criticize you. I said it once, and I repeat it now, that you know the tree by its fruits. Look at the life of that person who attacks you. Look at their marriage. Look at their relationship with their children. Look at the peace they have at home. Look at their health. Look at their prosperity. You will see with chilling clarity that those who speak ill of others rarely have a beautiful life to show. And when you see this with spiritual eyes, the pain diminishes, because you understand that person was not attacking you. They were crying for help through their gossip. Third instruction, and this is the hardest: start praying for those people. I know exactly what you are thinking right now. Lord, you are asking too much of me. I won't be able to. But listen, I am not asking you to feel love immediately. I am asking you to move your mouth, say out loud, even without feeling anything inside. Lord, bless this person. Lord, take care of this person. Lord, fulfill your will in this person's life. You will feel a knot in your throat the first few times. You will feel anger rising. You will want to stop halfway. Don't stop. Because each of those words is an axe you strike against the bitter root they tried to plant inside you. And without that bitter root, you become light. And when you become light, I can elevate you. When you are heavy with hurt, I can't lift you off the ground, not because I don't want to, but because hurt is an anchor, and no anchor lets the boat soar. I also need to talk to you about your family specifically, about your children if you have any, about your grandchildren if you've reached that stage, about your spouse, about your home. When you walk in purpose, even while others speak ill of you. I shield your house in a way that few can understand. What falls upon other houses in the neighborhood does not fall upon yours. What steals children from other families does not steal yours. What destroys marriages around does not touch yours. And this doesn't happen by luck. It happens because you are mine, and I am jealous of what is mine. That's why I insist on reminding you of your mission. You are not just a worker, a mother, a father, a son, a wife, a husband. You are a spiritual covering. Your night prayer covers people you don't even know exist. Your presence at home holds back spirits that would try to enter if you weren't there. Your serene silence in the time of conflict disarms traps that have been set for months. And it is exactly for this reason, exactly because you are a covering, that the enemy works so hard to bring you down through the mouths of others. He knows that if he takes you out of peace, he takes the peace from your entire house. That's why I ask you now, with the firmness of a father, don't give that power to him. Do not allow a secretly sent audio, a barbecue gossip, an acidic comment in the office to rob you of an entire week of prayer. You are greater than that. You are mine, and my chosen ones do not walk downwards. My chosen ones walk upwards always, even when they are tired. Before I release you for your week, I want to leave one last truth that will be the sign of the fulfillment of everything I told you today. In the next 7 days, watch your life closely. Observe the phone calls that will come. Observe the names that will start to appear in thought. Pay attention to the opportunities that will begin to arise without you having asked. And pay attention especially to the silences, the uncomfortable silences of those who spoke a lot about you. When I start to act, the first thing that goes silent is the mouth of those who offended. You will see. You will hear a close relative ask how you are with a different voice. You will see an unexpected message arrive from someone who disappeared months ago. You will feel a relief coming slowly, like a tide that rises quietly. This relief is the confirmation that I am already working. And always remember, you were not placed here by mistake. This video did not reach you by algorithm. This video came because I sent it. And if I sent it, it's because today is the day of change. Like this video now, so it reaches another one of my children who is crying tonight in a city you can't even imagine. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to receive the next words I will give you in the coming weeks. Words that will prepare your house for what is coming. Leave your name and the city where you live in the comments, so that other one of my children can pray for you this week. I see you. I hear you. I know you by name. I did not bring you to this minute without purpose. Every word that touched your heart was surgically chosen at the exact moment your chest needed to hear. And if there is still doubt within you about what to do now, I respond to you from father to child. Take the next step. That's why I prepared the powerful digital book for you. How to know if God will save you on Judgment Day. It's in the description link and pinned at the top of the comments, within your reach, waiting for your yes. It's not reading, it's a seal. It's not theory, it's confirmation. You will open that first page and feel what many of my children have already told me they felt. The sensation of returning home after a trip that was too long. Don't postpone this moment. You didn't arrive here by chance. You arrived by calling. Comment Amen below this video, write your name and open the book today, still today, before sleeping. I love you. I saw you. And I have already decided.